Well, as our weather slowly starts to warm up, we may be adding to that chore list for spring cleaning. But what about all the things we don't necessarily see? They can be causing even bigger issues that may be dangerous and are often expensive to fix. That's where ServiceMaster Restore can help. Tom Little, he's an owner. He's got some spring cleaning advice for us this morning. Good morning, Tom. Thanks for being
Michelle,
here.
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Lots of things going on in our houses that we may or may not know about. So let's go down the list, starting with our dryers, because we got to clean out those vents, right?
Sure, especially if you have an older dryer, it might just ignite and light what's in there, like the lint. Some of the newer ones have a kind of a pressure gauge and it won't light, but they'll go and you think, why is my clothes not drying? But it's always good to clean that out, have someone do it or you do it yourself.
Okay.
For sure, yeah, it'll build up.
All right, and that is something you can do yourself.
You really can, yeah.
Okay.
If you can get access to your dryer, maybe pull it out and go behind there.
Okay,
Yeah,
wonderful. So yeah, a big cause of fires. And then, talking about water, because, we've had some crazy weather,
Right.
lots of melts and thaws and rain and ice. Let's talk about the different water issues that can develop in our homes.
Yeah, one of the key things you could do is just do a walk around your house, because what happens is that the downspout is clogged or the one that goes out in your yard is kicked off. So now the water just hangs on your house. And with the frozen ground, it will make its way in your home. So that's really important. So you can do that. And then check your gutters. Even now, you think I did it in the fall, but I need to do it again because leaves fall, the oak leaves, they continue all year long. And that's a big thing. Yeah, you can do that. And then as far as water, should I move into your house?
Yeah, just keep going, yeah.
So walk around your house, and then lots of people have what we consider a frost-free spigot, and it's turned off in here. But if you leave your hose on, then it's ineffective.
Okay.
And this will actually, the hydraulics of water will expand that, it'll break, and people wonder when they turn on their faucet, why is my house flooded? Well, it just broke here. It'll still work. So that's really important. So if you did leave your hose on, make sure you check inside now that it's not, expanded.
Sure. Okay, and then, talking with water, mold is also a big concern. There was lots of flooding just recently with all of this ice and things like that.
Right.
How do we know if our home was affected?
Yeah, so the first indication of it is there's a musty smell. Lots of people pick up on that, So then you kind of want to look around, but mold needs water and it needs a food source.
Okay.
So if you can prevent water, and there's little devices you can put, they're just alarms, put like at the base of your water heater. Water heaters don't tend to just explode, they start dripping.
Okay.
So then you can catch that early. Under your sink, drip there. And that's where you'll get the mold, because then it's got a food source in the wood, and then the moisture helps it to grow, and it'll just take off, or behind a wall or other places. By a sump pump, that's a really good place to have some kind of an indicator, because that might fail, and if you get early warning, then you can catch it. And it doesn't become a walk in the basement, you have a swimming pool.
Right, things are not necessarily looking at. So this is just, this will just pick up if water's dripping.
Yeah, yep. So, so your fingers just made the connection.
Okay.
And that's what the water does. I wasn't going to demonstrate that
Well, there you go.
today, but you did. I thought I'd bring something wet and you won't shut it off. But that's exactly what happened. You just connected the two pieces. And this one has actually 4 little probes. It just sits there, and if water gets to it, then it just goes off. And you'll think, what in the world is happening?
Sure. How much would one of those cost?
Oh, I think they're $15. I just picked one up at Menards yesterday. But you can get them online. This was a 4-pack, I think I got online. So yeah, they're very economical, and they'll save you thousands of dollars.
I was going to say, catching these problems early is key. So then let's talk, our attics, our crawl spaces, our HVAC, other things we should be thinking about as we move into spring.
Yeah, if you buy a new home and you think, what was here before, they might have had pets, you're allergic to pets, have the ductwork cleaned by a professional that does that well. Another big thing that people have done wrong in the past years, they vent their attic fan or their bathroom fan to the attic. So now moisture is pumped up into your attic, and the decking on your roof is wood, and now you go up there and there's mold on that. That really has to go outside.
Okay.
So that's one of the key things. Inspectors normally pick that up, but they don't always.
Okay.
So that has to go out to the outdoors, and that makes a big difference in that way too.
Wow.
So checking your attic is important for those things. Yeah, there's just a lot of little things you can just do by yourself, walk around, and yeah, it's very simple.
Wonderful. And then can people reach out to you too?
Absolutely, yes. We do that all. We do mold remediation, do water extraction and drying out, and fire cleanup, and we're quite busy right now. There's tornadoes went through south of us. So A lot of people need help. We're helping them with that, so we're glad to help.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
you're
all
welcome.
of this advice. And a
You're
quick
welcome.
trip to the hardware store can save you thousands in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tom, we appreciate you being here.
Good. Thanks, Michelle.
All right, we'll be right back.